Finally, after 3 centuries, we are back to our responsive e-commerce watch website, with our shopping add to cart functionality under the section named bestseller, with 6 of the product cards having some awesome hover animations, and cart sidebar having cart items that we added with our add to cart button, all with our HTML, CSS, and JavaScript only. And that should summarize the entire demo of today's video. Remember this cart button we created in the header? Well, we also created the number above this cart icon that will update with the number of products added inside the cart that can be viewed when we click said cart icon to open the cart sidebar. See how product cards are getting added with their titles and cost in the sidebar. It's even responsive on all screen sizes and has scroll reveal animation because it looks good for product cards. Also notice the title of this section with hover flicker animation. We created this in our previous videos, so check those out from the link in the description. Did you guys notice how I tried to be a marketing dude that doesn't tell the price unless people really want to buy it by hiding the price in the product card unless user hovers over it? Alright, so today let's start by opening our VS Code browser. We will see the images and everything later, once we have the browser working. If you guys want to check out the previous sections of this e-commerce website, then feel free to visit the links in the description. Now, let me annoy you with the same images we used in the previous videos by reminding you we are still stuck with the same watches in this video as well. Time to write our HTML. In HTML, the section bestseller is used to encapsulate the bestseller watches feature of the website. The title part includes the H1 element with the title bestseller and a tagline with a paratag. I will show you guys the code for this title we created in the previous video quickly later on, but you can also check the code from the link in the description. I have a very bad laptop, so you guys might see the battery low notification a few times in this very video. So sorry about that. The title and tagline looks dope, right? At the core of this slider is the cart slider container. Inside, we will add multiple cart card elements, each representing a product. Each product card will include an image, title to display the product name, rating and price, and footer buttons of a buy now button and an add to cart button. We are rating the same rating for all because we are lazy, and for the stars, I will suggest adding more than 1 star, unlike me, but whatever works best for you. We also have a price that we added different for each product card, so when we see items in the cart sidebar, we know what price is being added or deleted from the total amount. Now for the footer that only contains buttons that we styled to look some aqua style buttons in the previous videos. We only created 1 button previously, but in this section only we require 2, so we will change the button color for the second with same button styling in CSS. We also have to add scroll reveal animation on cards. So for that we have created a data reveal attribute in CSS that we will add to any element we want in HTML. Feel free to check the code from the description. Now, we will copy-paste this cart card class 5 more times to create a total of 6 product cards. We will change the image, watch title so we can differentiate between watches and price for the total amount. And while we are doing these changes, if you want to see more cute web development content like this, then you need to subscribe to my channel and turn on a notification bell. I will really appreciate it. And while we are still not over our changing titles and images, just know I have also created this shopping add to cart functionality unrelated to any e-commerce website. It has a little different style. And frankly, if you are only here for the shopping add to cart thing rather than the entire e-commerce website, then you can easily check it out from the link in the description. Now onto our cart sidebar. A collapsible sidebar is included for viewing cart items with close button, cart item details dynamically generated using JavaScript like product name and price, total amount, and a checkout button. We are using some text defaults for titles and heading from CSS, like this subheading class that I will show you guys when we get to CSS. Sidebar footer is where our total amount summed up of all the products that are in our cart exist. Obviously, we have our row class included in this video as well, just like every other time. Initially, we have the cart total to 0, but it will increase with JavaScript according to the amount of products we add. We are done with HTML, so let's put some makeup with CSS. Let's go over some default CSS we created in previous videos that we use today, like this data reveal attribute that creates scroll reveal animation. Also this green section title that glows and flickers on hover. You can simply have the code directly from the link in the description. But please be nice, subscribe, and watch the video at least once. I will update this new code in a few days as well. This is our infamous row class that we are a fan of. Here are our text defaults that we use today with Recoleta font. And this is where our Aqua buttons exist. That should have some other name, but we love to call it Aqua buttons. The code looks real annoying, but trust me, it was way too much fun to play with the code here and create some fun button styles. I bet blue color for these buttons will be awesome. I think it's time to start writing CSS. The bestseller section fills the screen with min height of 120 VH, organizes content with position relative, and stays clean using overflow hidden. Next is the cart slider class, the main container for our product cards. A max width of 900 pixels keeps it compact, margin 0 auto centers it, and row gap spaces the rows neatly. Here is where things get interesting. The cart card. This class styles individual product cards. The width and height give it consistent dimensions. With a border radius and box shadow, we get that modern, elevated look. This cart card was initially named product card, but then when have we named things right? So we called it cart card. On hover, the transform scale property makes the card pop out subtly, inviting interaction for fashion purposes, while also changing its border color slightly. In demo, notice the circular decorations when you hover over the cards? These are powered by before and after pseudo classes. They add stylish, animated circles at the corners. I think this is the third time you guys are seeing battery low notification, and that should tell you about the state of my laptop that I can't afford to replace, unless I get 1,000 subscribers. So please subscribe to my channel. I bet you didn't see the subscribe to my channel coming. Anyways, right now, we are simply positioning these pseudo classes separately while giving them different widths and heights. On hover, these circles will grow or disappear, creating a dynamic effect. See how one circle grows and the other disappears on hover. Inside each card, we have the card content class. This flexbox container aligns everything images, titles, ratings, and buttons perfectly. The flex direction of column stacks the content vertically. Combined with smooth transitions, it makes the hover animation seamless. The card image and card title start slightly off screen with transform translate Y for a hidden effect, then smoothly transition into view with a 0.5 seconds ease in out animation. The image maintains consistent sizing at 9.5 rem, while the title, styled with a font size of 2 rem, uses a 0.2 seconds transition delay for a polished, staggered appearance. We have a set of styles for a card body and card footer. Both elements initially start with the transform translate Y, which moves them off the screen, and they smoothly transition into place with the 0.5 seconds ease in out transition. The card body is a flex container, ensuring its child elements are spaced evenly and aligned in the center, with a slight delay in its animation for a staggered effect. When you hover over the cart card, The card image, card title, card body, and card footer all animate into place, resetting the translate Y value to 0, making them smoothly transition into the visible area. Hover animation looks sexy and smooth, right? The card footer also uses Flexbox, but adds a gap of 1 rem between its elements and has a slightly longer animation delay of 0.3 seconds. The card star span changes the font size to 1.4 rem, while the star class colors the stars in gold. Lastly, the BTN Success class styles a button with a background color, border, and bold text, giving it a visually striking appearance. This creates a smooth, interactive card design that's engaging when hovered over. This is our other button with text, Buy Now. Now, let's talk about the sidebar, the cart sidebar class. It is fixed off screen by default with right of -350 pixels. When opened, right 0 slides it into view. We will also add the backdrop filter blur of 10 pixels, which will give it that glassmorphic effect. It's modern, it's sleek, and it's super trendy. I think I should be in marketing industry with the way I am trying to sell my web design, but anyway, it's good looking like a cute cat. Anyways, we have 2 transition properties that ensure it slides in and changes background color smoothly. There is a cute border radius on the left side of the sidebar for fashion as well, but it's very unnecessary, so you may skip it. There is that blur effect we were talking about. I think I love glassmorphic stuff a lot. We see it a lot in my videos. Here is where the hidden off-screen sidebar, when it gets the open class, smoothly slides into view with right 0. We will handle it with JavaScript. The sidebar close class styles the close button in the top right corner of the sidebar. It changes the cursor to a pointer, indicating it's clickable. We have transition because on hover, the button rotates 90 degrees with a smooth 0.3 seconds animation, adding a dynamic touch. The light color contrasts well with the dark sidebar, making the button easy to spot and interact with. Inside the sidebar, we make the cart menu scrollable with a vertical scroll bar and limits its height to 73% of the sidebar. Cart menu H3 styles the heading inside the cart menu, centers it, and fixes its position at the top with spacing below. Cart items, that is, a container for all products we add in the list, positions the cart items in a column with space between them, limits the height to 55%, and enables vertical scrolling if needed. We are creating this cart stuff class which will have the products that will be add in the cart. On Add to Cart button, click. This will have the functions created in JavaScript. Each individual cart item has the cart stuff class, which ensures that items are spaced out properly with Flexbox and have a border around them for a clean look. The sidebar footer is positioned at the bottom of the sidebar and holds the cart's total and checkout button. Total amount class styles the total amount container by preventing content from wrapping with Flex Wrap No Wrap. It adds a 2-pixel solid border with a light background color and rounds the corners with a border radius of 5 pixels. Padding is applied to ensure space around the content. The cart total class is used to style the total price text. It sets the font size to 16 pixels, gives it a light background color for good contrast, and makes the text bold with a font weight of 900 to highlight the total price. Checkout BTN centers the checkout button horizontally and adds top margin for spacing. Lastly, Remove BTN adds a pointer cursor to the Remove button with a transparent background and 1 rem padding for better usability. Let's see what we made so far in this e-commerce website and if we need media queries or not. Everything seems responsive on all screen sizes. So, congratulations, no media queries. Yeehaw! Now nerds, it's time to deal with the add to cart operations, including add, update, delete, and read operations like that of the crew, but for our shopping add to cart functions in JavaScript, so open up your technical brain and switch off your fashion moods. We start by waiting for the DOM content to load. Once it's loaded, we grab all the essential elements for the cart, things like the cart icon, sidebar, the close button, and elements to display the items and total. We also grab the checkout button and buttons for adding items to the cart. Basically, call everyone in the world you can think of just so we can have a great party in JavaScript. Part of our video. It's gonna be a long, never-ending journey, but be sure to copy-paste element classes and IDs from HTML so as to avoid making mistakes and ruining the JavaScript party we are starting. While everyone is joining us to the add to cart party, next video in this playlist will be gallery section for the watch collections and images. Be sure to check out my YouTube short about that in the finalized e-commerce website outcome from the link in the description. For anyone subscribing to my channel in this video, thank you. I really appreciate your great help even when you don't know me. By the way, do tell me in the comments below if you want to see me create something with the Buy Now button, because this Buy Now button in the product card looks sad and useless. I will find something to do with it, but feel free to give me ideas. Now let's start this JavaScript code by initializing an empty array to store cart items. The way I am commenting stuff like a good professional, it's very rare to see. Anyways, the update cart function refreshes the cart display by clearing its current contents and rebuilding it based on the cart array. It dynamically creates and appends cart item elements, calculates the total price, and updates the cart's total price and item count in the UI. Remember the cart stuff class we created in CSS? That will be the individual cart item in the cart items container. Well, we are adding that class here to the div we are creating in JavaScript right now. In this div we are creating, we are adding the item details and a remove button in the form of the trash can icon. I don't remember if I mentioned this or not, but we are using font awesome icons in this e-commerce watch website. We also created the remove btn class in CSS for this trash can icon that we are calling right now. We also add a custom data attribute data index to the HTML element. It assigns the current index of the item in the cart array as its value. Finally, we append the cart item div to the cart container and add the item's price to the total. Now, we update the total price in the sidebar and update the cart count on the cart icon that we have in this website header. Time to create functions to add and remove items from the cart. Function to add an item to the cart will add the item to the cart array using push method, and then we update the cart display by calling update cart function. Let me copy-paste this to convert it into remove from cart function. We remove the item at the specified index from the cart array using splice method, and then we call the update cart function to update the cart display. Now it's time to attach click event listeners to all add to cart buttons in each product cart. This part of the code adds a click event listener to each add to cart button. When clicked, it retrieves the product's name and price from the corresponding card, creates an object representing the product, and passes it to the add to cart function to update the cart. This ensures the goal of our where we want the correct item to be dynamically added to the cart when a button is clicked. Right now, we are getting the product price from the card and converting it to a number by removing the $sign and converts it into a number for calculations. Let me just remove this VS Code browser so we can see the JavaScript code easily. We will see the finalized outcome of this entire code after JavaScript anyway. After creating an item object with the product name and price, we add the item to the cart by calling the add to cart method we created earlier. Handle remove button click in cart sidebar listens for clicks inside the cart items container to detect if the clicked element has the class remove btn. If so, it retrieves the item's index from the button's data index attribute and calls the remove from cart function to delete the item from the cart and update the display. This ensures seamless removal of items directly from the cart sidebar. Now at the end, we create two functions to open sidebar and close sidebar. This part opens the cart sidebar when the cart icon is clicked. Remember, we also created the open class in CSS. So now, all we gotta do is add or remove this open class from sidebar in order to open and close the cart sidebar. Like in this part, we close the cart sidebar when the close button is clicked by removing the open class. And since we are too lazy, clicking the checkout button also closes the cart sidebar. Alright, so let's see if everything is working so far. And if you like this video, don't forget to accidentally subscribe to my channel. I won't tell anyone. See how the section title flickered on hover, and how smoothly the product card came into view when scroll, and how the product card on hover display the price, rating, and call to action buttons. On clicking add to cart button, the product went to the cart while also updating the cart icon number, displaying the number of items in the cart. I think I should add a padding to the cart icon displaying the number of items because it feels too congested. Where is it hiding, though? There it is, our cart icon span that we created in the header part. Let's see if 0.5 rem is good enough padding. Yeah, that's what I am talking about. Anyways, since it is our finalized outcome of the code, it is unsped up video. Nah, I think a little bit more padding will do. Probably 0.6, rem. Yeah, that's way better. Time to test some responsiveness here, but we all know everything is good, so I will stop my blabbering and let you enjoy the rest of the video. Oh, we forgot to see the cart sidebar, so let's check it out on different screen sizes and test all its functions. Well, it's deleting and updating the price. Well, the cart is closing too, and opening on clicking the cart icon. Also, the cart sidebar is responsive along with the product cards itself. Let me check the overall responsiveness. Also, the scroll animations and hover effects look dope, right? This is how it looks adding the items in the cart by clicking the button and updating the cart accordingly. Everything seems to be working right? Or am I missing something? I can't believe it's working on the first try, even with my clumsy self. Now, I will shut up for real. I keep talking too much. Everything seems to be working, so if you have been dealing with my dead humor for 24 minutes straight, then